So a few weeks ago, I told you about cocaine sharks. Now there are cocaine salmon. This time, scientists say it's not just showing up in their systems, it may actually be changing how they behave. Honestly, would you be shocked by that when I say cocaine salmon? But the reason I say this is, look, researchers took 105 wild Atlantic salmon in Sweden's Lake Vättern, exposed them to cocaine pollution, specifically a byproduct called benzoylecgonine, and they found that they are swimming faster, they are traveling farther than normal. We're talking about fish covering nearly twice the distance of their sober counterparts, so it raises obviously serious questions about what these chemicals are doing inside their bodies. And by the way, here's another concern. It's not isolated. No, experts say the wastewater systems, they often can't fully filter out these drug byproducts, meaning they're ending up in rivers and lakes and oceans all around the world. What does this mean for the food chain? What does this mean for ecosystems? What does it mean for us? Perhaps most importantly, if it's changing how these fish move, what else could it be doing that we can't see yet? Joining me now, Dr. Tracy Fanara, environmental engineer and research scientist, back on the program. Last time you were talking about cocaine sharks, now we're talking about cocaine salmon. How is this happening, and how concerned should we be?
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about cocaine sharks and cocaine, methamphetamines, antidepressants. They've been found in species all over the world. You know, Puget Sound in America, eels in England. This is not a new thing. So the fact that scientists knew that these chemicals were in the environment and then tested these salmon in this way to see how the natural environment would impact their behavior if they were treated with cocaine. That's what's so interesting about that, because that's never really been isolated in the natural environment. So that was
I guess the question is why is this bad, right? Somebody's like, oh, they swim faster, they swim farther, I don't know, makes them more confident. Why is this a bad thing, and how could it affect the ecosystem? How could it affect us?
How is confidence a bad thing, right? Superpower, it sounds like. And salmon migrate very far distances, so you would think that it's a good thing, but in fact, it's not so much a good thing. They're using a lot of energy that can make it more difficult to reproduce. They might have so much confidence that they leave their school and they're on their own, making them more susceptible to predation, and they might miss spawning windows because the timing is off. So there are repercussions of this faster speed.
Is this a risk to us? In other words, to be as basic as possible, if we're starting to eat salmon that have ingested cocaine and drugs, salmon is a very popular fish, I eat it all the time, are we at risk?
I mean, these concentrations are so low that we would be consuming, but salmon is usually just tested for mercury, PCBs, parasites, things like that, not so much cocaine, for example. But this is really a reminder of what we put in the environment eventually comes back to possibly affect our health. But more likely, if the ecosystem starts to destruct, that's really the problem on our hand. Not so much the drugs in our food as of yet.
I guess now the natural question is, what can we do? I understand that the wastewater systems really can't filter all this out. Is there a way to change that? Is there a way to maybe, once salmon are caught, to extract the toxicity from them in a way? It sounds like such a juvenile question, but I don't know. What do we do?
It's really interesting that you say that, and that might have sounded like a crazy thing to some people, but with certain biotoxins, it accumulates in the gut, so filleting a fish sometimes does remove the toxin. In this case, the best thing that we can do, I mean, we have the advanced water treatment technologies to remove these kind of chemicals. The only thing is we're not really testing for them in a wastewater treatment plant, so we can advance those technologies, but we still have wastewater overflows, raw sewage entering our coastal waters, in addition to septic systems that don't have that kind of filtration to remove these kind of chemicals.
So I've had you on talking about cocaine sharks. I've had you talk about cocaine salmon. What are we not talking about? Like, what's the next one that you're like, Jesse, be on the lookout for?
I mean, It's everywhere, right? It's everywhere.
That's
Anything
scary.
that has, well, and the thing is, it's not just the fish that have gills and the water, is going through the gills, and that's how they're getting exposed. It also goes up the food chain, bioaccumulation, and it's not just
Yep.
cocaine.
Yep.
It's a myriad of our chemicals.
It's a good point. It's a scary point, but I love having you on to talk about it, try to make sense of what we should be making sense of. Dr. Tracy Fanara, thank you so much for taking the time on this Friday night, and always good seeing you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.